Hi Scorpio, welcome to March. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And this month we have Mercury moving into Pisces on the 3rd. We have a full moon in Virgo on the 7th. And then right after that, Saturn moves into Pisces after being in Aquarius for 2.5 years. Venus moves into Taurus on the 17th. Mercury moves into Aries on the 20th. We have a new moon at 0 degrees of Aries on the 21st. And Pluto moves into Aquarius after having been in Capricorn since 2008 on the 24th. And then Mars, one of your ruling planets, and Pluto is also the other one, moves into Cancer on the 26th after being in Gemini for the past, 6 months, since August. So let's see what the cards say for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for the month of March 2023? What does Scorpio need to know? What does Scorpio need to know for the month of March 2023 about love and relationships? What does Scorpio need to know? Let's see what we get. The Lovers. The Knight of Wands. The Chariot. The Three of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. The Ace of Cups. The Strength card. The Ace of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords. So the Lovers, you're going to have a choice to make this month. Lovers is about choosing between two paths. It can also bring in a soulmate connection, but it may be that you have to choose either between two people or choose between, do I stay or do I go? Because I think a part of you, there are going to be some new opportunities coming up that you can't see right now. You have the Knight of Wands energy in the reading, and this could be a change of residence or a change of job. But it can also represent someone that you're dealing with that is a little bit fly-by-night, a little bit of a player. And you may have to decide, do I want to play this game or do I want to leave? You have the Chariot here, because the Knight is a lot of fun. But they're not very reliable. Sometimes they make promises and they don't keep them. So some of you could be feeling that if you're dealing with this type of person, you may be thinking, I don't know if I want to stay with this person because he or she is not giving me the stability that I want in a relationship. Because all Scorpios want a one-on-one intense connection. You don't want a player. You don't want to date. If you date, it's just temporary. Eventually you want to settle in and be with one person and love one person and focus all your energy. But this Knight needs variety. They get bored. So they're really only there for a good time, but they're not there for a long-term relationship. So you might be trying to decide, what do I want to do with this relationship? The Chariot, you could have a lot of options. I feel like with the Chariot energy, you may have several people that are interested in you, or you have more options. And you have to decide where do I want to focus my energy? Where have I been focusing my energy? Have I been spreading myself too thin? Have I been scattering my energy? The Chariot represents victory through discipline and focus. You also have the Knight of Swords energy, so that you could be involved with someone that's always wanting to fight. Knight of Swords, it also can represent a quick departure or sudden severing of ties. So it's possible that you could be fighting with someone and you might be deciding, I don't know if I want this. Because the Knight of Swords energy can be selfish at times. They're just very focused on their goals and their agenda, and they don't realize how insensitive they can be at times. You have the Three of Cups here. So that could sometimes comes up when there's a third party situation where you might be choosing between, I feel like you might be choosing between several options, or it could be the person you're dealing with is choosing, has more than one option. But that energy is leaving. I think that might have been an issue in the past where you were dating someone or being with someone that also had someone else, and you felt there was some kind of competition or there was an issue around that. But the Three of Cups also means parties, celebration, support. So you have a lot of people and friends around you that are offering advice or support while you're going through this, while you're trying to make this decision. But I feel like, and now you have the Wheel of Fortune. So things are starting to shift. If you've gone through a difficult time in love, in a relationship, maybe not knowing whether to stay or go, or trying to choose between more than one option, I feel like there's some new energy coming in. And it may start in March, but it may not actually resolve itself until the summer, because the Ace of Cups is here. The Wheel of Fortune means things are changing. Sudden opportunity, sudden new luck, new beginnings, a shift in the energy. So if you were having a difficult time, it's going to be shifting to a more positive time. The Ace of Cups is a new beginning in love. And that, as a time card, is June, July, August. But I feel like it's more like June, possibly July, over the summer. You have the Strength card here. The Strength card is about learning to tame your emotions, learning how to deal with your anger, not letting someone else push your buttons. Don't try not to be overreactive. So you could be dealing with someone who is like this, who has anger issues. The Strength card, if you look at this, she's trying to tame the lion. She's trying to help the lion who's hurting, who needs to be healed. And this lion is very powerful. She can get hurt in the process, but her love and concern for this person is trying to help heal the lion, heal the relationship. So you could be dealing with someone that has some kind of emotional issues with anger, not knowing how to get their needs met. Maybe they're overreactive. Maybe they're always wanting to fight. You have the Ace of Swords here. So this is a card of your warrior spirit has been activated. And if it relates to your partner, I feel like they are determined to take action. So maybe you could be dealing with someone that wants to do something to help heal the relationship. Sometimes the Ace of Swords can mean ambition, drive, energy, like a new way of thinking. So it could be that you could be getting through to someone where they're starting to think in different ways. Like maybe you've been having difficulties in a relationship, but they've been really stubborn. I feel like it could get to a point where this person is starting to realize, I have to take action. I have to do something. But I don't know if it may be if they don't act now, I feel like it may be too late if they wait. Because you have the Eight of Cups here in your wish fulfillment. And the Eight of Cups is about moving away from something that was once good but it's no longer fulfilling, and moving on to something better. And I feel this is the something better. The King of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. There could be a new love coming in. And like I said, it may not develop, it may not happen in March. It may happen that you're still dealing with this question, this relationship that's been giving you problems. And even though you want things to work out, I feel like there could be another influence coming in that then you're going to be like, okay, do I stay with what I have and work out with what I have, or do I check out this new opportunity? Now, the King of Pentacles, I love the King of Pentacles. This person is very stable, financially secure. He could deal with money. He could deal with land. He could also be an entrepreneur, have his own business. But whatever it is, his energy is different than the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands energy is fun. This is I want someone who's always got plans. Come on, let's go here. Come on, let's go there. They're spontaneous. They're unpredictable. Even the Knight of Swords. But the Knight of Swords is more reckless. He has a reckless energy. So you could be dealing with, I feel like these are the people you've been dealing with in the past. And the Knight energy is more immature than the King energy. So the King is more stable. They may not be as exciting, but they are there for you, and they will offer you security and stability and financial stability as well. This because the King, he works really hard for the money, and this could be male or female. Because he wants to provide. That's how he shows his love. He provides for the people he cares about. He said, we have a house, we have a home, we have food on the table, we have a roof over our head, we have money in the bank. That's what they work for. They want to protect and support their loved ones, their family. So they care very much about family, and they care very much about financial security, and they're very hard workers. And they're very reliable. The King, you can't go wrong with the King of Pentacles. They may not be, like I said, they may not be as exciting, but at the end of the day, they're going to be there for you in the long term, in the long run. So I feel like there could be a new relationship coming this year, possibly over the summer. If it doesn't happen around March, April, it may happen over the summer. So let's see what the angel, and then that's where the choice is probably going to come in. So you may not start off the month. You may start off the month deciding, do I want to stay with this relationship that I've been struggling with? Or do I want to leave it because it's not fulfilling me? And then at some point it shifts to, who do I choose, this person or that person, when this new energy comes in. But I feel like you're getting fed up, you're getting ready to walk away. So this person needs to step up to the plate, the current person. And if they don't, they might lose you. They very well might lose you. So let's see what the angels have to say about this situation. What message do you need to know from the angels? Action. Okay, if you hear my dog breathing in the background, I got a new puppy. And I'm trying to keep her calm. Action. Drop all fear and just do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. Look inside your heart and take positive action in those things that bring you closer to achieving your desired goals. Nothing can stop you except your own fears. This card is positive confirmation from God and the angels that the time is right for you to start a new and exciting venture. So if a new love opportunity presents itself over the coming months, don't be afraid to check it out. Let's see what the astrology has to say. So we have a full moon in your 11th house of friendship. So the Sun and Neptune and Mercury are all in your 5th house of romance. So it's possible you're going to see the truth about a friendship or even a romance. If you need clarity, I feel like you're going to get it. Because Neptune's been in the 5th house. And Neptune can bring confusion. You're idealizing someone. You think, oh, this person's so wonderful. By the full moon brings things to the surface. And having the moon in Virgo, it's telling you to be more discerning. It's telling you, look beneath the surface. Don't just take people at face value. Be more discerning on who you give your love to, who you call your friend, because I feel like you might be idealizing the people around you, and you need a reality check. Especially with Mercury in the 5th, you may have to, and it's conjunct, well, it's not really conjunct Neptune, it will later on. Right now it's at the early degrees, and Neptune's in the late degrees of Pisces. But Mercury in Pisces is not very strong. It's not good for clear thinking. So it's more about, we're thinking, it's like we tell ourselves what we want to hear, rather than really looking at what's there. And this full moon can bring the reality to the surface, but you can't ignore it. Uranus is in your 7th house. It's forming a trine to this moon. So there could be some unexpected developments in a partnership or a relationship. And it could be a positive thing. It could be that maybe something unexpected happens and it frees you from a problem that you've been dealing with a romance. Mars is in the 8th house, is squaring this full moon. So the 8th house, with Mars there, you might be you might be spending a lot of energy on financial matters. If you're trying to pay off debt or dealing with inheritance or dealing with funding that's coming from other sources. I feel like you've been working hard to straighten out your financial situation. So that's the only thing that could interfere with the energy of this moon. Because you want to focus on the relationships and friendships and having fun, but Mars is telling you got to pay attention to your money. You have to get yourself in a secure place financially. If you've been ignoring your financial responsibilities, taxes, debt, those kind of things are the 8th house. But also, the 8th house is also about dealing with things that are hidden, dealing with the shadow side of our personalities. So you may have to examine your own behavior too in the relationship. It's not just always the other person. So it's a good time for psychotherapy to work on those things, to find out what am I doing, how am I contributing to the problem or the situation, because it takes two to tango. But in any case, with Uranus, with this surprising development, you could meet someone new that shifts the dynamic within a relationship, or some truth comes to the surface where you suddenly see things you couldn't see before, and it helps you to take action. It helps you to make a decision. Venus is in Aries at this full moon with Jupiter and Chiron, and it's in your 5th house. So Venus in the 5th house is going to bring love, and Jupiter brings opportunity. And if you meet someone new, you're going to be meeting someone that brings a lot of fun to your life, more optimism, could even have a healing influence on your life because Chiron is there. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong. Venus is in your 6th house. I'm sorry. It's not in the 5th. Just scratch that. So it's in the 6th house with Chiron and Jupiter. So that's bringing work opportunities and the chance to make more money. So it could be that you're changing jobs, or you're thinking about changing jobs, where you're going to be earning more money or doing work that you really love. And with Chiron there, it's like you need healing. Chiron's the wounded healer. So something around work needs to be healed. Something within you needs to be healed about the service you give to others. Are you giving too much in relationships? Are you giving too much in a work situation where you're not being properly compensated? So those issues may come up, and there might be an opportunity to make a shift. Mercury is sextile the North Node in your 7th house. You have the North Node in Taurus, and Mercury in Pisces from the 5th is making this sextile. You could get, I feel like there's an opportunity coming in to form a new relationship. You may hear from someone, get a message, or you yourself may give the message, because Mercury, the sextile aspect, you have to take action to make it work. It is opportunity, but it doesn't work on its own. It doesn't just fall into your lap. It's something that you have to take action to do to benefit from. But the North Node is wanting you to get on the right path in terms of relationships. And the 7th house is not just romantic, committed relationships. It's also business partnerships. So I feel like there could be some shifts and changes in both romantic relationships, committed partnerships, and also work relationships. Because I feel that it's almost like it's time for you to get rewarded for the work that you do. Saturn has been in Aquarius in your 4th house for the past 2.5 years. It's now going to move into your 5th house. When Saturn moves into your 5th house, you may get more serious about being in a relationship, doing things that are fun. You want to do things that really speak to you. You want to make a commitment. Saturn, though, sometimes can bring a heavy energy. Like if you feel like things are a lot of work, but at least it's getting out of your angle. It's getting out of your fourth house where you've had a lot of heaviness around the home and family issues. When it moves into the fifth house, it's not going to be as heavy. You may still have to go through some kind of blocks before you can have fun, like because Saturn represents obstacles that you have to overcome to get to your goal. So there may be some things that you have to work on before you can get into this place of, because the fifth house is a place of fun and joy. It's also a place of children. So for some people who are trying to have children, there may be some struggles around that. Pluto is in your third house at 29 degrees Capricorn. It's going to be moving into Aquarius, and then it's going to be in your fourth house. That's going to bring major change to the home. You could decide to remodel your house. You could decide to move to a new place. You could transform your relationships with your family. It's a kind of, the energy is like breaking down and rebuilding. So it could bring power struggles with people that you live with or the people in your family. But it can also, Pluto is also about going deep and uncovering things that have been repressed or hidden, or, so that you can heal them. So you might be delving deep into family dynamics, your early childhood, and how that you've been programmed to behave a certain way based on your upbringing. And Pluto can help you change into really transform from like the caterpillar to the butterfly. And it's going to be a long process because Pluto will be there for the next 12, 15 years. But that's going to bring a lot of change to your family. And then we have, let's see what else is happening. We have this new moon in Aries, and that's in your sixth house of work and health. So this new moon has Mercury, Sun, Moon, Jupiter, and Chiron all in the sixth house. That could bring a new job opportunity, especially with Jupiter there. I feel like you have, like, once you do the healing work and you work on whatever's been holding you back, your fears, your insecurities, you're going to have an opportunity for a new beginning. It could be a new job, a new work environment, even a new way of taking care of you. Like you may learn, like, hey, you know what? I've been working too hard. I've been sacrificing everything for everyone else, and I haven't been taking care of me. So the sixth house is about service. It's also about health. You might decide to get on a new health regimen so that you can feel better. But Jupiter brings opportunity, and Chiron brings healing. So if you've been struggling with a health issue, you could have a change where you're feeling better because you're no longer wasting your energy on toxic people or toxic work environment, or you're just learning to take better care of yourself, eating healthy, exercising, that kind of stuff. This new moon is in favorable aspect to Pluto. So, and Pluto is still, at this new moon, it's still in your third house. So you could have a new beginning with your family, with your relatives, new way of communicating, a new way of relating. Maybe you've been doing too much for your family and they've been draining you, or the people around you that you consider family, and you need to set some boundaries. Mars is still in your eighth house, in Gemini, but it's going to be moving into Cancer in your ninth house. So when Mars moves into the ninth house, you may feel like we want to travel. Mars, wherever Mars is, that's where your energy is. So in the ninth house has to do with higher education, long distance travel, teaching, learning, communicating on a grand scale to a global environment, connecting with people with different belief systems. You may decide to go back to school and take some classes, or if you're older, you might decide to teach what you know. So you could be doing, I feel like you may want to travel. You might be exploring your other environments outside of your local area. Venus, at this point, Venus has moved into Taurus, and it is sextile Saturn, and it's Venus in Taurus is in your seventh house. So by this new moon, I feel, and I keep saying this, I feel like you can have a new beginning, either in career, like a new job, and even a relationship, because Venus in the seventh can bring love, can attract love. And at some point, Venus is going to connect with Uranus in the seventh. So it could be unexpected. And you may not see it now, but you could meet someone unexpectedly, like when you least expect it, all of a sudden there's this exciting new relationship. And if you do connect with someone under this new moon, it could be someone very different than anyone you've ever known before. It could also be someone, because Venus is sextile Saturn in your fifth, someone where there's an age difference, where the person, one of you is more mature. There could be an age difference where one person acts more like a parent to the other, or someone is very experienced, very stable. Saturn represents stability, longevity. This could be something that will last. If you're starting a relationship under this moon, it could lead to a commitment down the road. And Saturn is sextile Venus. Venus is conjunct the North Node, and Saturn is sextile the North Node. So this is like almost destiny. I really feel strongly that you can meet a dream lover this month, especially after the new moon in Aries. You can meet someone that you really could see yourself with for a long time. And I feel like it can come unexpectedly. So like, don't try to plan it. Don't try to control it. Just go with the flow. That's what the Ace of Cups tells you. Just go with the flow. Let things just, everything happens in divine timing. You also have Mars trining Saturn. Mars is going to move into Cancer at the very end of the month. So I feel like the end of the month is going to be more of a shift in energy than, like, the beginning of the month will be same old, same old. And then when we get to this new moon and all these planets like Pluto and Mars moving into new signs because they rule your chart, that's when you're going to feel this energy shift. So it'll be more like the end of March, possibly going into April. And then when we get to April, we're having the eclipses come back. So I feel like things are shifting in your life, not just in love, but also in career, in work, the work that you do. You're going to be doing work that you love. You might wind up getting compensated, getting higher pay. Opportunities are out there. So if you're looking for a new job, put yourself out there. If you're looking for love, put yourself out there. Don't settle for less than what you deserve. Don't settle for the players or the people that are wasting your time. Go for the gold. Go for the person that's going to be there for you, that you can connect with and have a long-term, successful, nurturing relationship. It's possible, but you have to take action. And ultimately, you have to make the choice. So I feel like you're going to have some decisions to make by the end of the month, or possibly over the next several months as you develop these new opportunities start developing. So that's my forecast, Scorpio. If you enjoyed this reading, click on the like button, leave a comment, click on the subscribe button. That all helps the channel. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It will take you to my website, and we can get you scheduled. In the meantime, have a wonderful March, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.